My sincerest hope and wish for this reunion was that Quad could come back and give all these girls the read and the drag that they've been deserving. And the exact opposite happened somehow. How did we get here? What's up, everybody? It's your girl Bonnie Scotch. Thank you so much for clicking on my video. I wanted to bring you a recap for Married to Medicine. This is season 10, episode, is it 15? Is it 16? Anyway, we at the first part of the reunion. Before I start this recap, go ahead and hit the like button for me. When you hit the like button, not only is it a free way to support my channel, but it also lets YouTube know that I'm here and that you all are rocking with my commentary. And so YouTube starts to shoot my content out to viewers just like you, an audience who ordinarily would not get an opportunity to connect with my channel. Let's go ahead and start with the looks first. I'm going to start with my favorites. Alicia had the best look of all. This was my favorite. It was soft. It was delicate. It was gorgeous. I feel like of all of the dresses, if I had a choice, I would choose this as my number one. Next up, I have Phaedra. Phaedra is seasoned. She's polished. She knows how this TV thing goes. She's been in the game for a very long time. This was my second favorite. I thought she looked really good. I thought the hair looked great, but I did notice that the lace was showing. That is like the literal only thing that I could say about Phaedra. She looked gorgeous. She looked otherwise flawless. Jackie, I thought that this look with the dark dress was a great look for Jackie. It was a nice juxtaposition against all of the bright elements going on around her. And I said this in my last review, that whoever is styling Jackie is getting it so right and has been getting it so right for these past couple of years. Heavenly was somewhere in the middle for me. I thought that Heavenly looked nice. I thought that green is a nice color on her. I love this emerald green on her, but something about it was just, I don't know. I felt like it could have used a little bit more or a little bit less. Somehow. It was right in the middle. My least favorites were Letitia. This was giving me matronly prom. It was a very dated look. I think that the lilac looked pretty on Letitia, but whose idea was it to stick a bunch of big ass rosettes at the bottom of this girl's dress? Who told them that that was okay? Who said that this was the look? Who said yes, God, to that? It wasn't the look. I think the top part and the bodice, there were elements of it that were nice. And then there were other elements of it that I could do away with. But yeah, the hair was prom. The face was pretty. She looked really pretty. For her first reunion, I didn't expect a whole lot out of her because her style doesn't give that just yet. It's not elevated. I would give her a couple of more seasons to really step into that elevation. But truthfully, I don't want to see Letitia. I don't want to see Sweet Tea again. I don't think she's right for TV. Toya, I hated this dress. Toya looked so great all throughout this season. Her favorite confessional look, my favorite confessional look of hers was that brown. It was like this nude brown. I don't know if it was a bodysuit or a two-piece. And then she would wear this gold jewelry. Phenomenal. Toya is a very good looking woman. She's gorgeous. But this look tonight, the dress with all of the white rosettes at the bottom, that's my breakfast, just made her silhouette look weird. And Toya is a very shapely woman. Not only that, I didn't like the hair. I didn't like the makeup. The makeup made her eyes look tiny. Next up, I have Simone on my list. I don't think that this dress or this silhouette was complimentary to Simone. Simone is tiny. It felt like it was swallowing her up a bit. I didn't really like the print of the dress either. And while Simone's makeup, it was pretty. It was nice, but the hair was childish. It looked very high school, and Simone is very hit or miss. We all know this. Quad. Quad, baby. What was you going through, babe? I've never seen Quad have an off moment, and I especially did not expect it for the reunion. I expected her to come through with the most sickening dress, most sickening hair and makeup, dressed to the nines, looking like a doll baby. This is the first time I've seen Quad's hair look raggedy in years. I just did not like this hairstyle. The blonde was okay. The makeup was very pretty because Quad's face is her face. It is what it is. You know what I mean? She's always going to give us face. But what was this dress? With that big rosette here, and then there was another one somewhere else, and it looked cheap. It was giving me off the rack from Forever 21. I was like, where did she get this dress from? I didn't understand that. All right, let's start the episode. So we have Phaedra's package. Everyone is calling her a liar. We know Phaedra's history from Real Housewives of Atlanta. Phaedra is actually one of my least favorite housewives. When she said that Quad doesn't know how to humble herself. Phaedra, you never humbled yourself when you made those accusations against Candy. You sat around talking about, oh, well, I guess I'm the villain now. Phaedra, you were. You absolutely were the villain in that moment. It's wild to me that somebody like Phaedra could get up on TV and talk about somebody else needs to be humble. Somebody else needs to be accountable. What? The way Quad should have been reading Phaedra when Toya said that she would think Apollo would be there for the boy's birthday. Toya, shut up. You don't know what Apollo got going on, and Phaedra doesn't owe you an explanation of what her baby daddy is doing. For all we know, Apollo could have been with the boy the day before or the day after, or that same day, maybe he didn't want to film. Why is that your business? Phaedra telling Quad we're friends socially, and why would she hitch herself to the Titanic? Here's the thing about that. A real bitch would have said, oh, this is my friend. She actually brought me on the show, so I'm a stick beside her. I don't know what y'all got going on. Whatever y'all got going on predates me. Ain't got nothing to do with me. Quad and me are good. She ain't never said nothing off color to me. We have a good relationship. I'm going to maintain that. That's just how I move, but I move with integrity. I know that everybody ain't built like that. I know everybody ain't cut like that. You feel me? Heavenly says that Letitia doesn't know everything about her man. That's the part, Letitia, where you should have got off in Heavenly's ass. Damon is Heavenly's weak spot. The same way Mariah used Damon to shut Heavenly up. I got the receipts, baby girl.
You want me to bring the receipts? Do I need to bring the receipts, baby girl? Because I got receipts.
It's the same thing that you should have been doing to Heavenly, Miss Letitia. I told you, when you come on here with these girls, you got to stay ready. Do y'all hear my tummy? I'm hungry. It's 9:18. I'm about to eat shortly. But this morning I had to beat my face. I had to watch the show over because I watched it last night. I started to take notes. But after I ate dinner like around 9 o'clock. And by 9:30, your girl was out of there. It was curtains. I was in my bed by like 10 o'clock. Like 10 o'clock, I was fully laying down like under the covers. I was not playing about my sleep, okay? Toya's package. They bring up Toya's chronic dissatisfaction as far as Eugene is concerned. Toya was saying that back in the day when Eugene used to take her out, she would tell him, oh, I don't drink 1800 tequila. Then if they would go to a restaurant, he would order a glass and she would say, oh no, I order by the bottle. She said that she's always held him to a certain standard. And I said, okay, I don't have a problem with that. What I didn't like about this segment is that Andy said to Toya, oh, Toya, you grew up in Detroit, right? So when did you start to develop such fancy taste? Excuse me, white man? I beg your Caucasian pardon. What is the implication here? That because she grew up in the hood, she can't have standards for herself? Hello, your girl right here, Bonnie Scotch. I grew up in the hood. I grew up in Flatbush and Crown Heights, Brooklyn. Okay? I did not grow up with a silver spoon in my mouth. Yet and still, my grandmother, the women around me, taught me how to use a knife and a fork, table etiquette and table manners, and how to conduct yourself in public, and how to conduct yourself at a restaurant. There are certain things that my mother has instilled in me. For example, never buying no cheap shoes. Now, my mom was always one for a sale, honey. But my mom also shopped at Macy's. My mom shopped at the Century 21, right? So she always got a sale on the good shit. She always got a sale on nice department store clothes. We were always dressed to the nines. Clean, clean, clean. Okay? As the Board of Health. Shout out to Spill It Boy TV. That's my boo. So I just don't understand the implication. Oh, you grew up in Detroit. When did you develop fancy taste? Maybe she always had it. I come from a family that a lot of people will look at us and be like, oh, y'all are bougie. Oh, y'all give us West Elm. Hello? That's what they say to my mother at work. Oh, you give us West Elm teas. And that's where she shops in real life. So I don't know. It was giving coded. It was giving racism, Andy. And you really need to check that. And I wish that Toya was smart enough to check him in that moment. Like, yes, I grew up in Detroit, but we still had nice things. We still had standards. Hello? Toya not paying the $1K for the Met Gala is ridiculous, no matter how Toya tries to fame this promotion of her wine that nobody asked for. Her and Eugene's willingness to keep up this idea that they're broke is not cute. With all the financial woes that she and Eugene have had over the years, you would think that she would just come up off the 1K. No problem. Here you go. And here's my wine as well. Real classy. But we can't expect that from Toya because she has never given that. Andy is asking Jackie about what she said on Heavenly's YouTube about black women crying wolf and being dramatic, according to her, while being pregnant. He didn't even fully get the sentence out of his mouth before Jackie started squeezing out all these tears. She said it was the toughest time that she experienced in medicine because those words were tearing down everything she worked for to promote the empowerment of black women. There is no way you could truly want to empower black women and say what you said on Heavenly's YouTube channel, Jackie. Jackie has dangerous beliefs about black women, and it's those same beliefs about black women that are putting them in an early grave. Somehow, the conversation ended up shifting to, oh, well, Phaedra, you reached out to Jackie, and this person reached out, and this person reached out, and the order in which they did it, and how often they did it. And who gives a fuck? Nowhere in this segment do we hear Jackie say that she's sorry or that she should be taking accountability for her own internalized racism. That is killing these women out here. That same attitude that you have, Jackie, that is contributing to racism in the medical community. I don't condone hate mail. I just want to make that very clear. Then Andy says that, Heavenly, it all comes back to your YouTube channel. No, it comes back to the actual words that came out of Jackie's mouth. It doesn't matter what platform she said it on. The fact that she felt like it was okay to ever say that, and the fact that she thought it was okay to think that, and then repeat it out loud has nothing to do with Heavenly's YouTube channel. You can't use that as a scapegoat. I knew that Andy would not hold Jackie accountable in the same way that he would hold somebody like Quad or Candace from Real Housewives of Potomac accountable, because it's Dr. Jackie. Then Jackie says, I didn't hear from Quad. Okay. Literally just one episode before this news broke about Jackie, Quad had that y'all had the falling out with Quad because she was trying to make it right with you all. Okay? Just one episode before, Quad was just literally kicked off the show, or maybe it was like happening at the literal like exact same time. I can't remember. And she was grieving her own situation. So why would Quad reach out to you, Jackie, behind all of the shit you talked about her in the previous episode? Why was the expectation that Quad be the one to reach out? Then the conversation shifted to, oh, we thought Quad was the one who had something to do with the footage coming out. Now, if I remember correctly, Buffy was actually the one who was at the helm of this situation because she was interviewing with Oliver Twist, or Twixt. I think that's how you say his name. So y'all are dislocating y'all's arms to make this reach, to try to make it a point to say that, oh, maybe Quad had something to do with this. Now, if we know anything about Quad, no shade to Quad, Quad is a very dramatic person. I can see Quad at this time being just so wrapped up in her grief that when would she have time to plan something ridiculous and vengeful to align right with the timing of the episode of her getting kicked out of the group? It doesn't even make sense. And for women who are supposed to be so smart and so logical, and y'all are doctors, y'all are purposefully evading making sense at this point just to make Quad the villain in y'all's story. I don't know, the way y'all are so hateful towards Quad is really astonishing to me, and it doesn't make sense. And to this day, we have never fully gotten an explanation as to why these women are so hateful towards Quad outside of she made friends at Sister Circle. I would have made friends at Sister Circle too, fucking with y'all, because they never even supported Quad during her divorce, and they were the ones negating and refuting the claims that she had of DV against Gregory. They were never friends to Quad. They treated her like crap since the moment she got there. They treated her like some nothing ass country bumpkin, and when she had her glow up after a couple of seasons, they were sick. They were tight in their throats. They were stressed in their chest. By the way, Toya's side comments and the faces she was making and all of the laughing she was doing was really pissing me off. Like, I just wanted her to shut up. I have never liked Toya, full disclosure. This season, she was the most bearable, and then now I'm watching her these last few episodes and she's really wearing me thin again. Now we get to Quad's package. Again, to this day, nobody has explicitly stated what Quad did to them. As far as Toya and Quad, Anila is the one who started the rumor that Toya was cheating on Eugene. Toya and Anila are friends somehow. So why isn't Toya holding that same grudge that she has against Quad against Anila, when Anila is the one who started the rumor that she was cheating on Eugene? I also don't think that Quad should be apologizing to Toya anymore. Let this be the last time, okay? I wish that Quad got into the fact that these women didn't support her when she was going through her divorce with Gregory, because it's too much on what Quad did to them, and it just feels like it's so out of balance. Do you get what I'm saying? It can't be Quad did this, Quad did this, Quad. It doesn't make sense. When you put the weight of what Quad allegedly did to these women, which is not hang out with them as much and not call them, according to the ladies, when you put that against them not supporting her during her divorce and also refuting her claims of DV against Gregory, this definitely outweighs everything that Quad did. Is it jealousy? Does Quad live the life that Toya wishes she had? Toya's kids are still relatively young, so she's been bound to her children for a long time. Quad is living a life that, a lot of single people want to live. She has money. She's a socialite. She's single. She's an it girl. She's beautiful. Quad got out of her no good marriage, and Simone is still in her unfulfilling marriage, and so is Jackie. So I do believe that there could be a bit of jealousy as it concerns Quad, and I'm not even the type of person that is quick to throw around, oh, somebody's jealous of this and that person. I'm not even that type of girl. I don't move like that. But in this case, given the history of the show and given what I have seen, I could see how they could be jealous of Quad. They could be jealous of the fact that Quad was brave enough to free herself and not need to be hinged to a man for her life to have value and worth. I want to know why Toya. See, I was dictating my notes into my phone and it changed Toya into Toyota. See the shadiness that autocorrect picked up on, and I didn't even have nothing to do with it? I want to know why Toyota is so mad that Quad is saying I was here for the check. Toya, you were acting like you wanted Quad there in the first place. When she got there, you were the one who told her, oh, you shouldn't have brought your luggage. Are we all watching the same show? Because you were nasty to Quad the moment that she showed up. I just don't understand this incessant gaslighting and trying to rewrite history. The problem with Quad in this group is that all the numbers are stacked against her. Simone uses this opportunity to say that Quad never called, how she's reached out. We see Quad obviously trying to stop Simone from saying something. Simone keeps going and reveals that Quad had a young family member, a little girl who passed away due to an incident that happened in Quad's pool. Simone using this moment to argue with Quad about how supportive she is vile and disgusting. The woman is clearly in pain and she's asking you not to share, and you go on and you do it anyway to try to prove your stupid little point. And I don't understand what's happening here. Simone used to be one of my favorites on the show. It was actually between Simone and Quad that were like my top two favorites. And then later on, I started to really like Heavenly. But now I'm back to disliking Heavenly because outside of the show, you know, where a lot of the skirmishes taking place, just last week, she got into trouble on Twitter for calling Gregory a PEDO. Why would you say that just because Letitia said to you that you're not respected in the medical community? Did that warrant you saying what you said about Greg? And my other gripe with Heavenly is that you said what you said and now you're making me defend a man. And that's my problem. You're making me defend a man who has a mugshot for putting his hands on Quad. I'm so disgusted with Heavenly right now. What she did was wrong. She should not have said what she said. Quad reveals pretty much what she said in her Carlos King interview, where she had to sit down with Simone and ask Simone, what is the actual problem with us? Is everything okay? Simone said, I don't have a problem with you. I just cannot jeopardize my friendship with Toya. Then Simone goes on to say, no, I didn't say that, Quad. So Heavenly pipes up and says, you did say that, Simone. Then we get Simone saying, well, Toya cooks for me and Eugene cooks for me. And she gets to yelling and carrying on and saying, well, I didn't want to risk my friendship with Toya. So you did say that when you went to have to sit down with Quad. So why did you lie at first, Simone? And this is so childish to me. And so many of these women are in their 50s acting like they're in 5th grade. Because Toya doesn't want to be friends with Quad, you can't be friends with Quad. When Quad and Simone had one of my favorite friendships on this show. Remember when Quad helped Simone look for her dad and Simone was devastated and Quad really pulled her up out of the dirt and put her feet back on the ground and helped her walk again. I remember that. And it was such a touching moment for me because I know what it feels like to be that low and to have a good friend of yours, a good girlfriend, pull you up. I've had that experience so many times. I don't want to get emotional. But a good friend like that is really hard to come by. I've had my experiences like that where, I don't know, I'm just like reliving the memory of going through something really hard and terrible and having somebody to hold my hand. And I don't know, they really are dogging Quad out. I didn't expect to get emotional, but I was just like thinking about my own friendships. Let me just breathe. I'm not gonna cry. I'm okay. Okay. What else do I have here? I have here that I really hate that Quad had to eat shit. 10 miles of shit this whole episode because the numbers are stacked against her. Quad in an ideal world would have come back and let all these bitches have it. Quad would have come back and read these girls and gave them all a good roundhouse kick, and I was just disappointed that she didn't get an opportunity to do that. I was disappointed in this reunion. I was disappointed in the season as a whole. And then we got 2 more episodes of bullshit coming down the pipeline. And I'm not excited about it. Again, this used to be one of my favorite shows. This used to be the show. Even the Married to Medicine LA version, everything. I love Dr. Imani and Shanique and what was the biracial chick's name? I forget. But she was cool. And the chick Jasmine, like I enjoy Married to Medicine as a franchise. I was upset when they canceled the LA version. I thought that they could have squeezed out a few more seasons. In fact, I feel like they should still be on the air now. Again, I can't tell you all how disappointed I am in everybody except for Quad. Did y'all catch Alicia at the beginning when they were all backstage and Letitia was talking about Heavenly talking shit about her and Alicia was like, I got your back. I was like, oh, Miss Alicia's about to get activated. Okay, it's about time. I would like to see that action in regards to Heavenly. But anyway, y'all, that was the episode. Go ahead and hit the like button for me on the way out. Drop down in the comments with me. Let me know how y'all felt about this season overall. How did you feel about this first part of the reunion? You know, I want to hear from y'all. Y'all know that we get busy down in the comments, and I will see y'all for the next one. Peace.